And we are back here. I am once again joining you back in here, Yaku of ZvZ. This time though, with Al Gran Jefe con el Musco Roldante. Light underscore VIP coming right off the winner, the upper bracket finals.
Oh yeah, and mate, so far the matches today have not disappointed. Like they've been they've been so intense. And I was telling Darking earlier how I was envious that I missed out on the ZvZ. I missed out on an insane ZvZ, but mate, I don't know if you're feeling a little bit of deja vu right now.
It finds a way, and you're telling me we are not only getting a rematch here from Oreo versus Erik, we've been starting it off with the exact same map. Without further ado, Berlingrad LE. We're in the top left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner. We, of course, have our red Zerg player coming down here from the land of Australia, Brisbane, to be exact. He is representing our very own CranKy Ducklings, Oreo.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Berlingrad LE. Opening up with a 12 pool once again. We have the Brazilian Duckling, the best Zerg player in all of Brazil. It is Erik.
What else were we expecting from Erik here? Let's be real. Although I'd have to be a little bit worried for him if we are expecting a 12 pool from him here. You gotta know Oreo is as well, isn't he?
I'm scared because Oreo just went Hatchgas pool. Like, I think he's thinking too much. You know, I was talking to Darky earlier about how sometimes you just gotta turn off the brain. You know,
I love that quote from Darking. Sometimes the biggest brain move is to use no brain at all.
Exactly. Lings are coming across the map. They do get scouted by this Overlord, but again, this is Berlingrad, the shortest rushes his map into the map pool. The Lings are on the way, and Oreo, he's going to make a choice to pull the boys and protect this base.
Yeah, he's going to be relying a whole ton on his drone micro here. See how well he can do that dance. A hatchery should at least pop up, but how well can he defend it?
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. The boys are pulled now. It's all about how good the drone drilling is going to be and make sure he doesn't lose too much. Up.
Oh. Alright, pretty nice start. Only losing 2 drones so far. But he still hasn't dealt with the worst of it yet. Yeah. Limbs are in production and every single boy is forced off of mining.
Exactly. The Lings are finally here as well. But even more drones are falling. 7 in total.
Not too ideal, but at the very least Oreo isn't too far behind with his work account. This is exactly what Erik wanted though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, obviously he wants to deal maybe a little bit more, and he tries to get into the mineral line. He does focus down 2 more drones. 9 now. Can he get a 10?
Potentially 10 drones will go down right off the bat here. And you know, things are looking okay for Oreo. Things are looking very recoverable, but then 10 of his drones went down, and Erik has stopped the aggression. He's droned up. He's even getting ready for the counterattack now with his spine crawler.
Yeah.
It's hard to see Oreo doing much counter damage here.
I mean, Oreo's all in. I don't know if you noticed, but he has not made a single drone. He's still at 9. He's making...
Might as well at this point.
Yep. He's making nothing but Lings right now. He is waiting for Ling's speed to finish up, and then he's just sending everything across the map and adopting religion, praying to Santa Maria. Man, this is gonna work.
You say praying to Santa Maria, but as we heard from his interview, he's praying to Mio Micah.
He's praying to
right
Mio
now.
Micah. And Erik fully balls off. Oh my god.
This is about as good as a response you can really get right now if you're Erik.
Oh god, exactly. Lings are coming across the map. Erik confirms that, of course, it is going to be a massive Ling flood, and the wall is a wall.
Yep.
How do you get in?
It's even gonna finish up, so these queens can't start transfusing the buildings, or at least once they get energy up and running. He's building the backup walls behind all of this.
Oh god, exactly. Is it going to be enough? The Evo chambers are going to fall, but there are the transfuses. One Evo chamber will go down, but again, the queens are just there to plug up that wall.
Exactly. Things are getting a lot weaker right now when it comes to defenses of Erik, but so is the aggression of Oreo. He's been losing a lot of lings, actually, to this 12 of them.
Oh, God. Yep, and that is it. GG gets called, and Erik takes game 1 off the back of a 12 pool.
Pretty convincing as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oreo, I mean, I think it is, as you said, he may be using his brain too much here.
Yeah, like that was the best case scenario for Erik when it comes to the build opening. Also, it was a bit of a shame for Oreo because if you saw, like, when he pulled the boys, he didn't necessarily pull enough boys. And then he had to pull extra ones from his main base and kind of rethink how he was going to approach that natural. And again, he lost a lot of drones in the process as a result.
Exactly. But warm-up game, you know. He's just he's shifting gears from ZVP, now getting ready for a ZvZ, although I suppose you could say the same for Erik, just coming out of a ZVT.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I do think that what Darking said comes into play, where Darking was talking about how Erik just came off of a 3-0 win, and Oreo just came out of an intense ace match where he just barely lost. So, like, the mental state does come into play.
Yeah, that mental state, that momentum, if you want to have a portmanteau of that.
I mean, we've all been Protoss before.
We absolutely have. That is... I do not want to have the mind of Oreo right now.
You're like, true!
I'm more like, true. It's painful. But speaking of pain, we are going to continue this series right now on Curious Minds LE, where we have both players going for a pool first, for 12 pools even, including the one in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. The Red Zerg player coming down from Brisbane. He is the king of Brisbane. He is representing our CranKy Ducklings, Oreo.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Brazilian Duckling himself, currently up in this series and going for a 12 pool 2 games in a row. It is Erik.
If Erik is anything, it is committed, is how I describe him.
Yeah, he knows what he wants out of life, and it makes a lot of sense. We're on Curious Minds, another one of the smaller maps. I do appreciate, one, that Oreo decided to kind of meet Erik head on with his own style. Two, I like that now I get to also cast a 12 pool versus 12 pool. I missed out, man.
You admit, yeah. You're telling me.
Oh, God, and
go ahead.
Yeah, he's waiting for the links, mate. He's waiting for him.
And so is Erik. Now, look at how good that spread is to get a natural concave, but he moves up the ramp instead. Oreo, he had the right instinct, but he didn't trust his instincts.
Yeah, exactly. In the end, Oreo does trade a little bit worse. He is now down one of his lings compared to Erik. And again, every single ling counts here. Oh, God.
The positioning still very much in Erik's favor. Oreo has lost one too many lings and has given Erik the advantage to keep pressing.
He will have to back off. But again, as a reminder, Oreo does have defender's advantage. So the closer we are to Oreo's bases, the more lings that he should have to work with.
In theory, as Erik gets another fantastic surround on every single one of Oreo's lings. He actually keeps more of his own lings alive than I expected here.
Yeah, like there were that engagement was beautiful from Erik and rough for Oreo. Like Oreo, so many of his lings just weren't fighting. The concave was in Erik's favor. Oh, God.
The concave will continue to be in his favor as he completely surrounds this queen, takes out even more of the lings, and well, Oreo should have enough to defend after this, but how many drones will go down in the meantime?
Exactly, a queen is going to come out and the queen will be able to spot all of these lings away. There's no link flood behind this, by the way, but again, Erik, he's just dealing bonus damage at this point. Like, oh my God.
Gets himself a very comfortable lead. Even base counts right now, Erik with a slight worker advantage. More importantly, He's kept all of his queens alive. He has been injecting non-stop once he had the ability to. He's about to overwhelmed in the production.
Exactly. Oreo was really lacking a little bit in the micro. Oh my god, Erik even pulling a Mio mic and he's gonna catch an overload in the middle of the map.
Oreo really wasn't lying in his interview when he said that Erik is like Mio Micah.
Oh my god.
This guy. How relieved do you think Oreo is now that he saw that? He's like, oh, yeah, right. I can just play like I'm playing against Mio Micah.
Oh my god, the problem is that this is not Mio Micah, mate. This is Erik, and so far, yeah, this game has been going Erik's way. I love this as well, especially off of the opener. He is skipping Link speed. Oh no, never mind. Link speed has started for both players, but he is still going straight into those roaches. Oh my god, straight into a lair even.
Very quick timing on that. And I fully expect Erik to just keep up the pressure once he gets 40, 45 drones-ish.
Yeah.
Already starting his roaches.
Yeah, he's getting all of his gases for all that roach production. Meanwhile, Oreo is a bit on the back foot. Finally, he's throwing down his own roach horn, and he will be able to make roaches defensively, but again, like, he's going to be down in that roach count overall. That
roach count, that roach upgrade. You'll be playing a perpetual game of catch-up for quite some time.
Yeah, there are ways back into this game, though. Don't get me wrong. Oreo, he's going for a bit of a faster third base. And, you know, there's always potential for Ling run-bys if he's able to get past the army. Not even just past the army, but even if he has less roaches. If you have Ravagers, we've always seen a world where you surround the roaches and then you pile the juicy center, right?
That is something to keep in mind. Oreo has continued to produce Lings. He has quite a lot more for the time being. We'll see how much that comes into play.
Yeah. Oh god, the third base goes down. Erik, his position was just way too good with his roaches. He would not let them, he would not allow them to get surrounded. And now he's even pushing all the way into the natural base.
Oh, but the Lings, they are starting to get a little bit forward, but unable to get this around. This is a beautiful choke point that Erik is utilizing, but does Oreo have too much?
Oh my god, the Lings, they just wanted to surround. That's all they wanted in life. Roaches are coming out, and Oreo will hold on. He will defend his base. But despite that, Erik traded so efficiently there.
He really did. He only lost one roach throughout all of that.
What?
And fun. Let me double check.
Oh my god.
Yeah, one roach in that engagement, 3 in total throughout this game.
Jesus
and sure,
Christ.
he lost a lot of Lings, but at this point, Erik wants to get rid of his Lings so he can start making Hydras.
Well,
I don't know if he wants to make Hydras yet, but yeah, eventually he wants them and Lurkers too.
Yeah. 2-base Hydra? Who does this in ZvZ? Whoa. It's crazy. Oh, no.
No!
Oh, is this Yaku? Uh-oh. Okay,
it was for a sec.
Okay, we're okay.
Yeah, people are starting to wake up now.
Yeah.
Causing a bit of a load.
Hopefully the internet's okay. Meanwhile, this queen is on a mission. It's out in the middle of nowhere hunting down overlords. Jesus Christ.
Once again, Erik plays like Mio Micah.
I mean, he's gonna get it. This queen is gonna get the overlord.
He's gonna get the overlord, but is the queen gonna survive? Yes. It's nothing. It's nothing to chase that queen down. No, my lord.
Exactly, there are no Lings to punish this whatsoever. Roach Hydra's on the way from Erik. What's interesting to me is, despite the fact that Erik has had map control for a couple of minutes now, he still refuses to get a third base. He's just, you know, just stuck on 2 bases. That's me. He's getting more overlords.
May as well. He's got the anti-air now, and muscular augments. Yep, muscular augments did finish up, so it's a little bit more efficient than using queens. Mio Micah, if you're listening.
Yeah, and we even have more upgrades on the way. I mean, Oreo, sure, he scouts and he confirms what's coming his way, but even though he sees it, I don't know if he can necessarily stop it. Roach Hydra, again, isn't the best army composition. It's questionable. We'll see if it works. Oh my god.
Yeah, it makes sense if Erik is deciding to go into Lurkers later on, but
yeah,
that late game is nowhere near... is not on his mind at all right now. He is able to snipe this base though, and thanks to the speed boost of the queens and roaches, he'll make it out of there without any losses. Jeez.
Yeah, yeah, and like I would almost argue that the Hydras have paid for themselves with the sheer amount of overlords they've gotten. But oh my god, we have a massive amount of defensive roaches coming out. Oreo, he's breaking through the roaches of Erik, and he's getting on top of the Hydras.
And this is why Roach Hydra is not the best army composition you can use versus roaches in particular. He's still making Hydras, by the way.
We'll see if it's gonna be enough. Like, obviously, Erik has a little bit of time here to rebuild his army and to get it back up and running. And now he's finally working on a third base. But Oreo with Roach Ravager, again, it does trade. It can trade better. And now it's his turn to deny base.
Like, okay, not quite so. Not yet, anyway.
Okay, he's getting set up. He's getting ready for the concave. He's going in.
That's a beautiful concave coming in right now. Erik still needs to buy himself a little bit more time. He needs to get a couple more reinforcements in. That hatch actually finishes and dies. No opportunity to cancel. Both players pretty much 2-base all in at this point.
Exactly, but you know what, Erik? He wants the fight. He pounces on top of the army of Oreo, and sure, he may be losing a lot of roaches. He will clean up a lot of this, or the majority, this entire army.
Traded so efficiently there. He's dodging a lot of biles too. And now look at that army supply difference. Erik still producing roaches, still pushing his way across the map. I'm still not entirely convinced with the Hydras, but they're working for him.
That's true.
I can't deny that.
You're not wrong, mate. It's still kind of working for him. Gonna lose a couple of Hydras on the retreat. So again, you gotta respect all these roaches. But Oreo overextending a little bit.
Yeah. Doesn't quite get the bile. Erik pushing forward, but yeah, we're getting a bit of a reversal of that previous engagement when now Oreo is the player with the defender's advantage and Erik is the player overextending. It's actually getting backed into a corner.
Yeah, exactly. There are just so many roaches here for Oreo. He's trying to break on through. There are still 4 Hydras behind this, but again, the roaches push on forward. They focus him down.
Erik is actually doing a lot better in this engagement than I thought. Like, I was gonna say he's eventually gonna get cleaned up, but he's still fighting here, despite being down an upgrade. Okay, he has characters, that explains that.
Like, this game is so scrappy. Like, Erik, he's got the upgrades, he's 2-1 against just the +1 of Oreo, and that just goes to show, like, how bad Roach Hydra can be, really. Like, there's a reason why you don't really see it too often. Despite Erik having both Hydra upgrades, like, he's still struggling to really close things out. He does have his third on the way, bearing in mind, like, Oreo is still working on 2 bases, and the longer this goes on, the better it should be for Erik.
We say should.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Hydras is that if you do survive long enough with them, you eventually start getting into the hive stage of tech, and Lurkers versus Roach Ravager. It's one of the best counters you can really get.
It really is. Meanwhile, Oreo is here once again. He wants that hatchery. I just don't know if he has the numbers for it. He's gonna try. He's gonna try and focus down as fast as he can, and Erik is out of position.
Absolutely. Just one more volley, and he does cancel that base again. But Oreo realizes that's just way too much Zerg to fight. GG, Oreo finds himself a match point. That momentum really working in his favor, mate.
Jesus. GG. Erik only needs one more to close it out and make it onto the grand finals. You were talking about warming up, and it feels like that's really what Erik needed.
Pretty much. That's what Neo was.
Yeah, Erik. Yeah, like Erik, his first series against Oreo, he was just feeling out how Oreo played, and then he was able to get back into things, and oh my god. Wow.
You know what it was? He was feeling out how Oreo plays, and then he realizes that he may as well embrace the Mio Micah style even harder.
Definitely. This is even further than Mio Micah. Like, even Mio Micah's not crazy enough to go Roach Hydra and ZvZ. Regardless of who wins this series, we have to ask them about the Hydras. Oh, God.
How relieved or afraid were you when you saw the Hydras? Usually relieved. You'd be more relieved to see Hydras when your opponent goes Hydras as a third player. Maybe ask Erik, yo, what's with the Hydras, mate?
Like, why? Just why?
Why is Hydras? Well, I mean, he uses it in the player banner, as you can see here. It's loading in, so
Yeah,
That's the explanation I'll accept.
They are an iconic unit. They are iconic.
Without a doubt. Still weirds me out. It used to weird me out when I saw that the Zerg symbol or the Zerg representative question mark was Hydras and not Lynx, but it makes a lot more sense now. Anyway, speaking of sense, we're going to continue our series now onto Hotwire LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have our red Zerg player coming down from the land of Australia. He is the king of Brisbane itself. He is representing our very own CranKy Ducklings, and he is going to need a lot of energy from the chat right now to start turning this series around. He is going to make his opponents go, uh-oh, it's Oreo.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the Brazilian Zerg player currently up 2-0 in this series. Looking to make it a clean sweep. It is Erik.
Spam your bricks in the chat.
Yeah, spam your bricks because his name is Erik, and we have a very interesting opener here. So, Erik went for a pool first. Oreo went for a gas pool opening.
Banes?
It better be Banes.
That's what I'm betting on. Yeah. He's not gonna go straight into roaches, right?
Oh, that'd be insane, mate. That'd be absolutely insane. But yes, because of Oreo's opening, you can already see there on the numbers, like he has a big lead when it comes to gas. He can start link speed, and if he doesn't pull out of gas, he can keep on going and throw down that Baneling nest. So we're going to see ultra aggression from Oreo. Meanwhile, Erik opened up very safe. He already has his own lings on the map as well. Oh, he's sneaking around there.
In case he... Yeah, you say being safe, but we know that... Really, he just wants to send him across the map.
Oh, and I love it. He's avoiding all the overlords, and Oreo has no idea the lings are about to rock up, and they actually avoid each other.
Funny how that works out.
Oh my god. And there's a queen at home, but the queen is prone to being surrounded. Same can be said for Erik, I guess, but there are lings even here to defend, and now Oreo knows what the opener is. Oh god.
As the lings do rock up, the roach queen gets completely surrounded, but pretty important right now for Erik is that he has not been able to get into the main base. Now he's zipping in. Will Oreo keep that Baneling nest hidden?
Yeah, that's the big question. Regardless, Oreo losing that queen was huge. Oreo already getting a little bit of a win there, but there we go. Banelings are on the way across the map.
And Erik has no idea. This one overlord just needs to turn left. Just move a couple inches to the left.
I mean, he's got a spine on the way. He's already got two queens. Like he's getting ready to defend.
Did you say Mio?
What? Said he.
That's what I heard. Okay. I may be hearing things here.
Oh,
yeah, he is getting ready to defend. He's actually doing a fantastic job of drawing a lot of these forces away. Oreo, despite his Banelings and his Zerglings, unable to find damage in the bases of Erik.
Yeah, exactly. I think Oreo, he's maybe given up on that. It looks like he actually still wants to hit the natural base. I just don't know if he can, because the spine is already ready. It's already done. We even have 2 more on the way.
Yeah, waiting for the reinforcements was the right move, provided Erik wasn't getting these spine crawlers ready.
Yeah, we even have more Banelings on the way. Oreo is not droning up. Neither is Erik. That's the thing here. So we have the power of Banes against the power of Spines and Queens. And the problem is that Erik is making 2 Queens at a time. Like, he's going to have so many to work with. Not just Queens, but also those Transfuses.
Well, I gotta tell you, I love when both players stop making workers, because that means that it all comes down to the big engagement. Who can out-micro their opponents? Erik doing a fantastic job of transfusing his units.
He's gonna break in. He's gonna break in.
The Banelings will connect. And Oreo is right up on top of Erik's face. He does split his drones, but there's still a couple of clumps here still available. Oreo maybe getting a little bit too greedy here, unable to connect with any of his any of the drones.
Yeah, all the drones survive. At the same time, Erik with a
Wow.
counterattack gets a snipe on the natural base, and now there are no banelings at home to defend. Never mind, a couple of banelings are about to morph in. Oreo just barely gonna hold on to his main.
He is, but now he's down. Now he's down a base, now he's down workers. If he wasn't all in before, he absolutely is now. Erik has lost a couple of drones, but it's nowhere near. It's nowhere near comparable to Oreo losing his entire natural base.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Erik did come out on top after that engagement. Like, all we needed were some defensive banelings at home. And Oreo, he got them, but a little bit too late. They weren't there in time. Oh my god. Even Erik checking to see if there's a baneling, and he confirms that he snipes it.
And he's going to continue pushing all the way. Oreo producing nothing but Zerglings now. He cannot afford to lose an engagement, because once he does, Erik is just going to hold down that Z key, and he is going to completely flood in with Lings.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a way for Oreo to get back into this. Like, the one good thing is that Oreo did kill the majority of the spines, so there are only 2 remaining, but, like, you need a lot of banelings to really overwhelm that. There's still a world where maybe the perfect baneling connections are there, but, like, it's it's gonna be difficult.
Well, it's the one thing that Oreo has on top of Erik in this particular game. He does have that baneling nest, and he's gonna need a couple of Hail Marys. He's gonna need some miracles, and not to get the morphing baneling sniped.
Baneling does get sniped. Only 1 baneling remaining here for Oreo, and he's stuck at home defending. He's trying to get a natural base up and running. He knows this is his tournament life on the line, and again, Erik, mate, he just needed some time to get
still.
Yeah, he just needed some time to warm up.
Nice snipe here on one of the banelings. Oreo will hold for now, but we see Erik droning up behind all of this. 6 more drones on the way. It's a pretty big disparity of workers, if I do say so myself.
There really is. Like, again, Oreo, he's sending it across the map. He's all in. Unlike Erik, Oreo has not been droning up at all. And Erik confirms that. He dips in, he scouts his opponent, make sure there's no lair, make sure there's nothing crazy going on. And now this is going to be the final push for Oreo.
Yeah, it's his last stand, and hopefully it's going to be able to do enough. If he does get the perfect baneling connections once again, if he connects with enough drones, with enough Lings, then there's a chance for him to macro up from here, but let's see if he gets them. Erik already with the pre-split.
Yeah, the splits are looking so good. Only 2 banelings go down. Oreo doesn't try to force it. He does back off with his banelings. Again, he wants the perfect, the juiciest connections possible. But the Lings of Erik, they just run past.
And it's drawing all of the Lings and all of the banelings back for Oreo. He knows that there are no defenses back at home. Both players know that there are no defenses back at Oreo's home bases.
Yeah, I mean, Oreo still has a lot of Lings to work with. The army supplies are still looking similar, but, like, forcing all these slow Lings to run all the way back home, like, that's never something you want to be seeing.
Absolutely not, especially with Erik behind all of this, teching up, still continuing to produce a couple of drones. He's getting his Evo Chambers, his Roach Warren. He is miles ahead right now in terms of the tech, in terms of the economy.
Yeah,
it's just about anything.
Oreo is going for another push, by the way. Like, the banelings now, they're back across the map again. They've been running back and forth throughout the course of this game. They're here. But we have 3 spines. Like, look at that wall.
Man, I almost feel like if slow Banes run long enough, they should just get speed.
They need to gain momentum.
Yeah, exactly. They've just been training, but yeah, there we go. We mentioned earlier that we thought that was going to be the final stand of Oreo, but
and it kind of was.
It kind of was, pretty much, yeah, and he didn't quite get to do it. This is his final stand.
Yeah, it's going to be his last hurrah here, and all that Erik has to do is defend. And enough time has passed where now he even has roaches, and there's no world where this is able to do it. He breaks through the wall, but there are roaches.
There are roaches in such fine choke points. The Queens of their transfuse. GG is called. Erik takes another clean sweep, 3-0 to face StarCraft in the grand finals. Whoo boy, he's warmed up.
GG, well played. Erik, does move on, and he gets his revenge in quite a fashion. Like, my god.
That he has. I mean, the initial match between Erik and Oreo looked pretty close. Well, maybe not close is the right word, but it looked back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were trading a little bit. Oreo obviously coming out on top because, well, he was coming out on top more often. But yeah, now we have the complete opposite dynamic, shall we say?
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. God. As the players are just getting ready here, and we, of course, have someone to bring back. Congratulations to our Brazilian Zerg player. He gets his revenge, and he moves on to the grand finals. GG, man. Well played, Erik.
Thank you.
That was, oh lordy, that was pretty dominant. I want to say here. Do you feel like you got that momentum coming after beating Neo?
Yeah, I think so. I'm getting my groove again of the StarCraft 2 games. I'm not not clicking A anymore to attack, since my attack button in StarCraft is D, so we are going here.
You're like, look, I haven't been laddering. I needed my series versus Oreo to warm up, and now I'm back into my form. Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, did you approach this rematch differently, like after playing against Oreo in the upper bracket?
Yeah, I was going to be a lot more aggressive against him in the first series, but he marked it better than me. His build order choice was better than mine too. So in the second one, I decided to just play still aggressive
Double
builds,
down,
but
right?
more stable builds overall, not as gimmicky as the other ones.
Makes a ton of sense here. We were almost thinking that maybe you were too aggressive in the first series, but yeah, I guess that wasn't the case here. Just needed to be just as you were saying, just needed to be more stable here.
Yeah, because on those games when everything is going wrong and neither player knows the build of the opponent, what decides the game is macro and micro, and he did that better than me in the first series. So when you have a game plan an easier game plan, let's say, it's easier to not fuck up as much.
yeah, definitely. I'm really impressed. And yeah, it's really great to see you come back here. We haven't seen you participate in too many StarCraft events recently, and it's cool to see you still have it. I have to ask though, what are your thoughts coming into the finals? And what are your thoughts on Starduck? I know you've played custom games in the past. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we played a lot of games with Double Stargate when I was practicing my macro game. I'm probably not going to play macro game against him.
No, that's what we want in this finals.
So
we encourage
my
that.
thoughts are not letting the game go for a late game.
That's fair. I feel like a lot of Zerg players feel the same way. No one likes playing late game ZVP. Not at all. But did you manage to catch some of Starduck's games against Oreo after you finished against Neo?
I only saw a little bit of the one in Altaris and the one in 2000, and that is just some glimpses.
Okay.
Enough to formulate a plan. Here's hoping.
God.
Basically, the cheeses against Protoss are all the same, so there's not much you can change about them.
Fair enough.
All right, proxy hatch, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh god, but yeah, it was really impressive seeing you redeem yourself against Oreo, and it's really cool to see you here against Starduck. It's also a personal thing for me is that I do enjoy seeing like these two regions kind of come together. I know, like, I think this is like maybe your first competitive game against Starduck. Australia and Latin America doesn't really play against each other too much.
Not in tournaments, at least.
Yeah, not in tournaments, unfortunately. But I wish you the best of luck, and I know Cosmos wishes you the best of luck as well. I know he's here casting as well.
Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, we're about to let you go here, get those vetoes done, and yeah, I guess I just want to echo Light's points here. Good luck in the finals, and
Okay,
we'll see
thank you. Get ready for some cheeses.
Oh, we're getting ready. I'm putting on my cheese hat.
Oh god. Wow.
And there we have it. We will still have some ZVP coming in here into the finals. And it is going to be, honestly, I think a pretty fitting match here. Like, you mentioned it, but we're getting Oceania versus Latin America. The two big CranKy Ducklings regions that we've covered extensively, that when we first were coming up with a team, we wanted to cover, each major region of competitive StarCraft 2, but we knew right from the start, we got to get Oceania, we got to get Latin America, and then we'll try to get other regions in. Still no Korean players, unfortunately.
Still no Koreans. Oh god, I just love how unapologetic Erik was. He's like, yo, I saw those last couple of games. Nah, mate. He's like, late game against Skytos. Nah, mate. We're gonna go. We're gonna keep on going. So I'm very excited to see how he approaches this. And what kind of cheeses he has in store.
Absolutely. I mean, he mentioned that there's only one cheese you can really do in a ZVP, but there are many variations of that one cheese. So.
Definitely. So everyone in the chat, I hope you get ready. I hope you get your channel points ready, as we're going to go on a bit of a...
too.
And the copy pastas. We're going to go on a bit of a break. When we come back, we'll have our grand finals.
See you then.